Hello and welcome to Big Red Journeys. I'm your host Big Red here with Sydney the Shark because this guy knows a thing or two about eating. Look at all those teeth right there. Because we're here for the Seven Seas Food Festival. Like we say, here for the Seven Seas Festival. Here's the map of where everything's being located. Currently running now through April 28th on select dates, usually weekends, and the occasional weekday during the busier times like during spring break time. And of course, here are your three options for samplers. You got the 10 item, the 15 item, and the 18 item, which is exclusive strictly to pass holders. Also, when you look for these types of little sign kiosks, pick up the event guide. We picked up our food event guide for this year. So here is inside the event guide. We have, first of all, the featured breweries that are on tap for this celebration. Open it up and there's a nice little map that shows you where everything is located. One thing I really like about this year is that not everything is kind of congregated here at Wild Arctic area. It's spread out pretty well at the Skytower Lawn. You got some things around Dolphin Point, some things up here at the waterfront. So it really spreads it all around the park, which is really nice. Open it up even further and you got the menu items at each location. You got things like a mimosa bar, German flavors booth right here, which I'm about to get. This is the one I was probably looking forward to the most. You got a lot of drink specialties, Baja flavors, always good, Mexican flavors. Ooh, look at those pretty cocktails at the underwater cantina. Ooh, more pretty cocktails at the Tiki bar. That's very nice. Polynesian flavors, always good. The lamb tzatziki slider, that's probably my favorite item of the whole festival. A Boba bar too. And there you go. I already took the liberty of getting my food badge here for the festival. There's a 10 punch option, a 15 punch option, and then the pass holder exclusive 18 punch version. Pretty much you pay the price for the 15 punch and you get 3 extra ones additional for a total of 18. Obviously you do the math, 10 punches for $70 is $7 an item. I believe the 15 breaks down to I think like 4.6 or just a little bit around $5. I'm gonna put the math breakdown right here. And of course this breaks it down even further. And the reason I do the price breakdown is because the best thing you need to do is if you're going to get the lanyard, make sure that any item that you get from any of the booth is at least at that breakdown threshold. Because obviously you want to get the most bang for your buck. So don't get the $5, the $6 items. Those you're essentially wasting the punches for them. Buy those out of pocket if you like. But get the big items, the ones that are going to be the $8, $9, $10, $11, $12 items. Those are the ones that are going to give you the best bang for your buck for what you pay for this lanyard. I ended up starting my trip here at the Skytower Lawn. So here at the Skytower Lawn, you're going to have the Seven Seas downstage, which different bands and DJs and performers are going to be performing on a little bit later in the day. We'll try to catch a show. Right in front of me, you have craft beer bar. They have a few. Oh, this is where they got the Berlin Mule, which is a Jägermeister mule. I don't know. I think I'm going to try it out, but I haven't had Jägermeister since college, so we'll see how that works. And then the German flavors booth over here, I'm pretty much going to get one of every item here. This is the one I'm looking forward to the most. So again, here at the German flavors booth, we got the braised Bratwurst, the Schnitzel sandwich melt, the Sauerbrauten with Spitzel, and pretzel bites and apple kuchen for dessert. Just using the German flavors booth as your starting point. See the prices on here? $11.99, $11.99, $11.99, $9.99, $7.99. So don't waste your punches on anything that are lower. Get the high dollar items if you're going to do it. That way again, you get the best bang for your buck for what you're buying. Oh yay, some rainy time fun going on. We got caught in a little bit of a rain development going on here. It went from sprinkling to a little bit harder, so now I end up having to take cover right here near the, what is this, the Chicken Shack, I believe it was called, the one that's used to be Big Bird's Desserts, or Big Bird Bites. But we still ended up getting 3 items from the German booth. I ended up getting the Bratwurst on a pretzel bun right here, the Schnitzel sandwich melt, and then the Sauerbrauten with Spatzel, or however you pronounce it, which essentially is braised beef marinated in wine, vinegar, and spiced with egg noodles. All looks very delicious. Let's give it a try. Let's start off with the Sauerbraten with Spatzel. That's very, very good. It's like a German beef stew stroganoff kind of thing, if I had to match it to something else. But you can definitely taste the wine in the glaze sauce, whatever the case is. It's very good. I'm very impressed with this one. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. Next up, let us try the Bratwurst on a pretzel bun. It does come with that rough coarse ground brown mustard. Very delicious. The bratwurst is a little bit cold. It could be slightly my fault, but it was kind of one of those bratwurst that was already like pre-cut and it just tossed it onto my sandwich. So I think it was cool to begin with. So that's -1 point to begin with. Pretzel bun's actually very good, but there's not a lot of spice to the bratwurst. You know, you expect a little bit more of a flavoring to it, so it's a little duller in that regard. So I'm a little disappointed. Overall, it was still good, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. There is a little bit of a potato salad that comes with it too. Okay, that kicks it up another notch. The pretzel with brat by itself, a 3, but the potato salad is a 4 out of 5. So let's go 3.5 out of 5 for the full dish. And last but not least, here for our German adventure is the Schnitzel sandwich melt. Looks like there's the Schnitzel right there in the middle. You can see a dollop of mustard, some cheese, what looks like Swiss on both sides. Ooh, this looks pretty good. That's very, very good. The Schnitzel is just fried just properly. There could be a little bit more mustard on there. I didn't. 2 bites that I got didn't give me a lot of mustard, so could use some more. But the Schnitzel is very good. The cheese is delicious. I'm not the biggest fan of rye bread. That's just a personal thing for me. But overall, very good. So I'm going to give this a. I think I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. So here at number 5 at the craft beer bar, I ended up getting the Berlin Mule, which has Jägermeister ginger beer and lime. So the Jägermeister's not a floater. They actually prep the keg of the ginger beer with the Jägermeister. They end up putting 6 bottles in the keg of Jägermeister. That's crazy. So that's why it gives it that little brownish hue in there. And then they top it off with a little ginger beer. So let's give it a try. Prost! Ooh, surprisingly enough, that is not that bad. It does have a little bit of a peppermint taste, obviously the licorice peppermint taste of Jägermeister. But the ginger beer that they mix it in, it really, I hate to say it, dilutes the flavor. So there's just a little hint there. So I'm slightly disappointed that I would like it to have a little more flavor Jägermeister, ironically enough. So for that, I'm going to give it like a 3.5 out of 5. Also, take note of the size of this cup. This is the size of cup that you're going to get for the alcoholic beverages if you do it as part of the sampler lanyard. You can use one of your punches towards a sampler version of the drink. The one that's priced out here, that's going to be the full version, which is pretty much double the size of this right there. But if you do want to sample beer, sample mule, sample cocktail, whatever the case may be, this is the size you're going to end up getting and use one of your punches. It still ends up being pretty well because if you take the Berlin Mule, that's $15 divided by 2, $7.50. You're still ahead with the sampler lanyard. So we're now going to walk to the other side of the park, to the Wild Arctic area. That is, from what I see on the map, where a majority of the booths and some of the entertainment are going to be at. So let's go check out to see what offerings they have there. And then we'll turn back around again in a second to go check out the Latin flavors that are going to be near Dolphin Point and Manta. And then the Polynesian flavors, which are going to be closer to the waterfront. Still enjoying my Berlin Mule. Like I said, I'm surprised that it's actually pretty good. Got that ginger snap to it though, for sure. It's always fun to just kind of check out the behind the scenes here of the dolphin show. You can see the dolphin trains from a different angle. See the dolphins as well too when they're in the back holding pools. They got the seagulls right over there flying around. Oh, but look, they added something new. Look, another waterfowl. A crane. First stop, which is right next to Nautilus Amphitheater, is Mediterranean flavors. We got the lamb slider, lamb with tzatziki sauce on a brioche bun, lamb lollipop, a lobster roll, baklava, the Santorini lemonade mocktail. Well, you know me, I gotta get a lamb slider, of course. But you know what? I think we're gonna come back for this one. We're gonna try some other new items first because these are all back here from previous years. Oh, okay, look at this. I like the festivities going on here. They've kind of put like the Asian inspiration over here in the Wild Arctic stage. They used to be kind of like the Mediterranean French area, but now they've kind of taken it. Well, it's also kind of a little conjunction with Lunar New Year, which just recently passed. Oh, but Sydney the Shark is out meeting his friends as well too. And then we got the Boba bar over there. Over here we're gonna have some hard seltzers, which are topped with lychee or strawberry pudding boba, the Lucky Dragon punch mocktail, a milk tea with boba, a Thai tea with boba. Interesting. You know what? I may end up getting, I do like a good Thai tea. Oh, I really like what they did with this one. They got the Year of the Dragon decal on the side, but then they put bamboos on the frame job here of Eastern Asian flavors. And on the menu here, we got pork ramen, beef chicken tikka masala. Oh my goodness, that's what I'm definitely getting. Some mochi ice cream for dessert as well too. Well, there it is, the chicken tikka masala, something that's new from SeaWorld San Diego that I've never had before. I'm interested. It does have chicken and sea right there. It does have a good wafting smell to it. I have a feeling it's not going to be very, very spicy because, again, they got to make the food for the masses. But let us try it. I'm going to talk about 2 elements here on the tikka masala. And I am a little bit of a snob when it comes to Indian food. It's one of my favorite foods, if not my favorite food. And tikka masala is definitely up there. Again, the spices are there. It's definitely a tikka masala sauce. But it's not very spicy, not very flavorful, a little bland for my liking, so down a point. The rice is not basmati rice, it's some sort of just a white rice. And it's very stale, unfortunately, which is bad. The flavor of the tikka masala is very good, though, regardless of how spicy or heat index it is. So overall, I'm still going to give it probably a 4 out of 5. I might be a little generous there, but it's actually a good item. And the bar that's over here, the Fortune bar, the drinks they have on special are the Fortune Fizz, a vodka Midori sweet and sour sparkling water, a Shiso highball gin, elderflower and lime, and lots of draft beer and beer cans available. I have had the Shiso highball before. I was not a big fan of it, and I am not the biggest fan of Midori, so I think I'm going to skip these 2 drinks. And then next door was Chinese flavors. What they have here, where they got the char siu pork fried rice, char siu pork, rice, eggs, veggies, and soy sauce, tri-tip bao bun and kimchi, and a stir fry, which is noodles, cabbage, carrots, and stir fry sauce. So if you see these icons on here, those are specialty for diets. You get the gluten-friendly, vegetarian, and plant-based. Okay, so I ended up getting the char siu or char siu pork fried rice from Chinese flavor. It looks pretty good, a good heaping amount of rice. Even the rice has the pork inside of it, and then they put a couple pieces of the barbecue pork on top. It's okay. First of all, the temperature is really cold on this one. So that dings it down another point. But this rice is more like a rice pilaf than like traditional Asian stir-fried rice. It's kind of interesting, I don't know. But overall, honestly, it's probably the worst item we've had so far. And I'm gonna be generous with like a 3. You know, that's like a low 3. It should be closer to like a 2.8975, something like that. But
now every other is extra fun. Bless you. It looks like this. And then there are overs. Called that because they go over. We're jugglers, we're not complicated people. Every over, so hello, looks like this. But 1 over and 1 under looks like this. And then we'll double it up on the overs, do a little extra there, and then an extra fancy trick, crossing and uncrossing my arms while juggling.
there it is, the milk tea boba. I wanted a little bit of something sweet, a little dessert, but I didn't want to say like a custard or an ice cream, so I went with the drink. It's not too bad. The Thai tea already comes pre-mixed, so you know it's kind of like just one conglomerate of items. Normally, you know, you got the tea with the condensed milk on top. It's okay, it's pretty good. The brown sugar is nice, good flavor. The boba was actually I was pleasantly surprised with that. I'm not a big fan of boba, and I actually enjoyed it myself. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Met some fun fellas here today. Opie Otter, who by the way is the perfect person to bring to a food festival, because he always has his table right here that you can eat off of. It's wonderful, but I did feel a little cold. I didn't bring a jacket. That's because I felt a little shiver. Get it? Shiver the polar. How you doing? Doing very well. So far I've had the sandwich slider. I've had the tikka masala. What should I get? What should I get? Well, I know you and seafood. You like clams, huh? Do they have a clam chowder here? Maybe they got a good clam chowder. I like that. What about dessert? Something cold and frosty. Exactly. That makes sense. That's perfect. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go get some food. I'll see you guys in a little bit, but can I get a photo first? That was fun. It's always good to see the costume characters. Opie Otter, I haven't seen him in a very long time. And Shivers, honestly, that's the first time I ever met him, so that was fun. But look at this. There's no line at the Mediterranean, so I think it's time to get my favorite item, which is the tzatziki lamb slider. There she be. The lamb slider with tzatziki sauce and arugula greens on a brioche bun. Nice and warm, it's fresh. Let's give her a try. Look at all that tzatziki sauce, that's the best part of it all. My slider overfloweth. Let's try it. This one has a little char on it. When they heat it up a little bit, it had a little bit of burnt edge, but it's nice because I just like that little extra bit of charness to it. Tzatziki sauce is delicious. Lamb is good. 5 out of 5 every day of the week. So it's kind of funny. So really, that's the Wild Arctic stage, the one where the DJ was back over that way near the penguin encounter. But where the taiko drums is going to be right over here, they're calling this the Wild Arctic stage, which is not really the case. But oh well. Anyways, this is where the taiko drums are going to be at. Looks like they're performing at 2:30, 4, and 5:30. Wonderful performance by La Jolla Taiko. I'm just a big fan of taiko drums. Anytime I can get to see a show like that, I love it. But now we're gonna walk all the way to the other side of the park because we're gonna catch one. We're gonna try to catch that German polka band that's gonna be there at the Skytower Lawn, as well as try some food over in the Polynesian area and the Mexican side of things as well too, near Manta. Also later tonight, the big show, which is always the most popular, is gonna be the fire dancing, the luau. That's going to be near the waterfront, so that is the big one. I believe the first performance is at 5 or 5:30, and then the last performance is at 6:30. So, of course, you got to wait for the sun to go down so you can see all the fire dancing. All right, walking here, just a quick stop. The Mimosa bar is over here towards the front entrance. So you got the Aperol Spritz, the Sea Breeze, those are the specialty cocktails. But of course, they have a variety of different mimosas, champagne, and juices that you can mix together. Now that we made it over here to Baja Flavors, this is what they got on the menu. Carne asada nachos, grilled chicken nachos, the Soyrizo empanada, and dulce de leche nachos. I think that's the one we're going to end up getting. Maybe even a Soyrizo empanada. That's always a delicious one with the chimichurri sauce too. And just next door while we're here at Mexican Flavors, what they got here, they got the carnitas taco. I've had that many a time, very delicious. The shrimp cocktail, the shredded beef sope, the churro cheesecake, excuse me. And yeah, I had the cheesecake before. Honestly, I was disappointed by it. I wouldn't get it, but I would definitely get the carnitas taco and maybe the shredded beef sope. Well, from Baja Flavors, we're gonna get, like I said, the Soyrizo empanada. It's soy chorizo inside with chimichurri sauce. I've had this one before, so I expect good things from that again. And this is a dulce de leche nachos, which of course you can see they're just puff pastries with dulce de leche flavor, I'm assuming, whipped cream and some chocolate drizzling. It looks absolutely delicious, so let's bite in before it all melts. The best thing about this is the chimichurri sauce. The Soyrizo inside is honestly not the greatest. There is corn, and it has a decent flavor. It's a little greasy, but it's the chimichurri that just gives it a low notch. So it's like 3 for the empanada, 5 for the chimichurri. Let's average it out to a 4. Let's give one of these nachos real quick. Some whipped cream, looks pretty good. Have we ever had a binuelo before? That's exactly what this is here. The fried, tortilla type of thing with the cinnamon sugar. It's delicious. This has the flavor of dulce de leche. Absolutely amazing. 5 out of 5. Gotta get this one. So over here at the Underwater Cantina, the cocktails that are available are those, the handcrafted cocktails, the Down No Mas Margarita, Mermaid Margarita, Strawberry Mojito, Lovely Day, and Cantina Limonada, and the Mule. Also, frozen beverages are available as well too. Unfortunately, the machine is broken at the moment, but they do have plenty of beers as well on tap. And all of those are applicable for the sampler of the Seven Seas Festival.
Una nena que la hace llorar. Altanera, preciosa y orgullosa, no permiten la quieran consolar. Pasa luciendo su real majestad, pasa camina y los mira sin verlos jamás.
Over here, which is in the back, like I said, near the waterfront, or if you want to know, near the Bayside Amphitheater, this is where the luau is going to be, the fire dancing show. It's pretty much probably the most popular of all the events here. And it's pretty cool. They're going to have a few, it's like luau style. They got the dancers that dance with the fire sticks and everything. It's pretty cool. So I believe there is a show here at 5 and another one at 6:30. So we'll try to catch one of them before we leave tonight. But in the meantime, we have one more area to go to for food, and that is in the same area up that way, the Polynesian food area. Down here at the waterfront, we got 2 booths. That one's going to be the drink bar. We'll check that out in a second. But for food, we got Polynesian flavors. So let's take a look what's on the menu right now. Polynesian flavors got pulled pork slider, Tahitian tuna, the huli huli chicken, and spam fried rice, and a lili koi bar, whatever that is. Have no idea. I've had the huli huli chicken, wasn't too bad. Tahitian tuna, we'll see, maybe we'll get that one. Pulled pork slider looks pretty good too as well. And over at the Tiki bar, the menu items are going to be the frozen pina coladas, frozen strawberry daiquiris, tiki punch, bay magic, and a mai tai. They also have some canned beers here as well. Well, look at that. So I ended up getting one of the drinks here. This was the tiki punch, which has tequila, coconut rum, blue curacao, lime, and a mint, and an edible flower as well too. Let's give her a try. Salud, cheers, prost. I don't know, what do they say in the islands? Mahalo? I mean, that's thank you, but hey, whatever. Okay. You know, these tiki drinks are always a little strong, but you know what? This is actually very good. Lots of sugar, of course. A little sweet for my normal liking, but I do like that coconut rum. Is very delicious. So I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. It's pretty good. So here is the pulled pork slider. Now, unfortunately, they ran out of coleslaw, which is actually not that bad because I'm not a big fan of coleslaw. So, but it looks really nice. The bun could be heated though, but the meat feels nice and warm. So at least we got that going on for it. Very, very flavorful on the sauce. It's a barbecue sauce, but it's very thin now, like a vinaigrette base. So not overpowering on the sauce. It got a little bit on my hands. It was pretty drippy, but it was very good. Might taste better a little bit with the coleslaw, with the creaminess of the coleslaw, but still on its own, 4.5 out of 5. That's a really good slider. Well, as you can probably see on the camera, the weather gods have spoken. They were angry with all the celebrating we've been having going today, so they decided to rain further on our event, and I'm pretty sure that the luau is going to be canceled because it's that stage is looking nice and wet, and obviously for the safety of the performers, they're probably going to cancel the show. So, oh well. I think I have some footage from previous years I can put in here to give you an idea of what the show really looks like. So, unfortunately, yes indeed, the luau was canceled for tonight. The rain has been coming in and out and the stage is wet. Obviously, safety of performers is first and foremost. So we're gonna call the end to this video, but I hope you enjoyed it. I had a great time tasting all these delicious foods. Hope you enjoyed it. So if you did, please do me a favor, give it a big thumbs up for me. Second, subscribe to the channel if you're new here and haven't done so already. Third, hit the notification bell. Also, make sure to follow me on social media at Big Red Journeys on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram for even more content. So from me to you, thank you, bon appetit, and then I'll see you on the next journey. Bye-bye now.